So, relationships and PMDD. Let's have a quick chat about that. Relationships in many form, I guess. Romantic relationships, incredibly hard. Saying that, I've been with my husband for 27 years. It's been really difficult, but he's been really tolerant of it, but sometimes insensitive to it. But that would be the case, wouldn't it? Because I think I would be like that too. I would have times where it was just too much. But how do you sustain it after, when you're struggling? The good weeks are easy. That's my dog. The good weeks are easy because the highs are fun for them, unless it's financial issues, and they don't find out about those until after usually. And the good week, that's the old you, that's the bit they love. They're quite happy to put up with that. The bad weeks, it's tough, isn't it, for both parts, because they want to do something to make it go away. They want to fix it, because that's what people generally, if you're in a relationship with a guy, I've found that's what they want to do. They just want to fix it. They've never been through it. They don't understand. They can't cope to see you like that. So when my husband will say, "You're struggling, aren't you?" And you can see that I am. And I'll say, "Well, yeah, I don't want to be here. I just don't want to be here anymore." And I might start crying. He doesn't know what to do with that. He just can't cope. So he'll shut down, bury his head in the sand. That's what I've found most guys do, to be fair. And that makes it really difficult. So it feels like we're going through an entire relationship from beginning to end every month, because it might start off, so for example, if you start off with a good week, everything's going okay and you remember that you love each other and it's all going to be all right, then it goes to the bad weeks and you want to get divorced and you hate them and you don't understand. Well, I mean, to be fair, my first sorry guys, these are my dogs that keep me alive, but they are a bit noisy sometimes. Yeah, that first week of the bad week is my aggy, angry, I hate you week, and that I find easier to cope with because I know exactly where I stand. I stand on, I don't want to be with you anymore, so why don't you piss right off? But that second bad week, when I go into the self-loathing, the self-hatred, the I don't want to be here week, that's the tough one, because I think everyone would be better off without me. I just think, you know, why would you ever want to be with me? And that extends into children. So I've got 3 children and I'm honest and open with them about my condition. I never tell them I'm feeling suicidal. Why would I ever do that? I don't deserve that. But they know that I have a happy mum and sad mum, and I can't control that. They are incredibly supportive and understanding. But it makes it really hard. It makes the guilt really, really bad, because you just think, how can you as a person be a good person and not want to be here when you have children? Why aren't you a nice enough person, a good enough person that they are enough to make you want to be alive? When I've been in my darkest moments, it's been horrendous, and we've all been there, and I just think, no, they're not enough, because they would be better without me. I love them that much. They should not have to go through this. But then I've got that one friend that I will message when I'm at that point. I've sat in my car and I've messaged them and said, I don't think I can do this anymore. And they have been there, they've said all the right things, and I've told them I want to just drive into the sea or walk into the sea, and they absolutely get it, and they have been so supportive. And everyone needs that friend. If you don't have that friend, find it. There are so many of us in these groups that are here for you, and I don't think a single one of us would reject a personal message from someone saying, can I just chat, or can you just talk me down, can you just I know I wouldn't. I'm always here if any of our fellow sufferers need help. But that extends to a different type of relationship, doesn't it? Those friends that no matter what, you can be you. She is only one of them for me, because as we all know, friendships are incredibly hard with this, because you don't want to be around people, you don't want to go out, and when you do, it's usually when you're in that hyper phase, and actually you're considered to be a liability. And I know a lot, and there's no judgment from me, will use alcohol to help manage it. Now, I have a really addictive personality, so I stopped drinking alcohol when I was 21. So that's been 26 years now, because I know I won't stop, and I would use it as a crutch and I would become alcoholic, so I choose not to. And so I've been teetotal for 26 years, but I do not judge those that do. I envy them, to be perfectly honest, because it must be nice to not have to think about it just sometimes. But I know that I can't be a mum and drink. So yeah, find that friend, because that's the one that we all need. I can go to her house in my pyjamas, and I've driven in my pyjamas, and I've laid on her sofa and I've cried and I've told her I don't want to be here anymore, and she never ever judges me for that. That's relationships part one. Could go on all day, but just remember, there is always one of us that you can talk to.